So hello and welcome back to the shed. I'm back on the Butler shaping machine again, and I'm looking at these little movable lids on what I think are oil containers. So I don't have a manual on the Butler shaper to tell me exactly how things work, so I have to work it out for myself. So these containers, I think they are the place where I put the oil in for the ram lubrication. So I fill the little container up with oil and it drains out fairly quickly. It all drains out in about a minute, thereabouts. I notice that the ram looks oily when it's in use, so it is getting some lubrication into it. But I've just been wondering, where does all the other oil go? Does it drain down into the body of the machine? And is there a problem? Should it just stay there and lubricate the ram? So that's the first question I've got. The second one is about the serial number. You can see a serial number which is stamped into the body of the shaper machine, and you can see the serial number is 17940. So I'm wondering if anyone can tell me what date or what year the machine was made. Be very interested in that. There's another little stamp just beside the serial number, which is W&S number 1. Now, the machine has a tag on it, and the tag says Waite and Seville Limited, manufactured by Waite and Seville Limited. Now, Waite and Seville were manufacturers of printing machines. So how did they get to make a Butler shaper? Well, during the Second World War, Waite and Seville stopped making printing machines and made other useful devices like metal shapers. So I think that's how the Waite and Seville tag gets to be on the machine, but I'd be really interested if anyone knows anything about Waite and Seville making Butler metal shapers during the war. Very interesting, at least to me. Now, the thing I want to talk about mostly today is setting the length of stroke on the shaper. So here is the mechanism for setting the length of stroke. Now, I'm going to start the machine up and I'll see if I can set the length of stroke one-handed. So we can see that the length of stroke is actually set to be a little bit too long for the piece I'm working on. So I'll stop it and have a go at setting it. Now, the other thing to note is that I've adjusted the washers holding the retaining ring on the clutch, and the clutch slippage has now disappeared. So that is a very good thing. So the first thing to do is to unlock the retaining ring on the length of stroke set. The ring, which is good, and the length of stroke is a little bit too long. So I'm shortening the length of stroke so I've set the length of stroke. Now the next thing to do is to relock the retaining ring. So there we go, it's locked. So that's good. Now you can see that the length of stroke is a little bit shorter. That's what I wanted. The thing that I'm puzzled about from my reading, when the length of stroke adjust mechanism is locked, I should be able to turn the shaper over. So I'm turning it to the anti-clockwise direction. I'm turning it to the anti-clockwise direction. And I've reached the end of travel of the length of stroke set. Okay, so now I'm turning the shaper over. But I'm only able to turn the shaper over when I'm at the end of the length of stroke adjust. So this tells me that the locking mechanism is maybe not locking tightly enough to actually allow the length of stroke to be set, except when the amount of travel on the stroke adjust is at 0, and then it allows me to turn the machine over. So my questions here are, am I operating the length of stroke adjust correctly? And if that's the case, what can I do to make the locking on the length of stroke adjust lock tighter to allow the machine to be turned over when the length of stroke is locked? That's what I'm wondering about. It'd be great if anybody has any suggestions for me.